remember in high school, I watched this documentary by Stephen Hawking, and it was his beliefs on what alien life would be like. And I remember watching it and going, yeah, that seems plausible. There's literally endless solar systems and the universe is just constantly expanding. It'd be pretty immature to believe we're the only planet that just happened to have a sun in the right place. It just doesn't seem realistic in this day and age to think that we're the only species, like, in the entirety of infinite space. However, alien invasion or aliens contacting us just seems kind of dumb to me. It's because, like, the chances of them finding us in, like, an infinite solar system is about nil. I hate to break it to you. However, that doesn't stop the conspiracy theorists, right? Today, I'm checking out a documentary by Vice World News, the most reliable of news sources, called We Went Alien Hunting with Conspiracy Theorists. So without further ado, let's dive into this incredible and definitely real, like fucking, it's real, okay?
I'm going to share what I know truthfully, even if it's highly controversial.
That's not how you pronounce controversial, dude. Am I wrong in saying that? Hold on.
Controversial.
Dude, I'm relying on this guy to give me some, like, solid advice.
Are you open to that perhaps you're wrong about this?
I have met someone from another planet. I know I'm not wrong.
She knows she's not wrong. There's no way she would ever make up such a thing. I could never understand why anyone in a million years would make up an encounter with aliens.
This meditation is dedicated to everyone who are brave enough to become ambassadors to the universe together.
I'm sorry, meditation? Bruh, such bravery. These people, they're the unsung heroes of our generation.
Reports of strange flying objects in the sky are older than the United States.
UFO sightings aren't new.
Well, it went up through the trees. Looked like a big cigar shape.
Yeah, see, UFOs are real. But that doesn't mean they're aliens. It just means that it was an unidentified flying object. It doesn't instantly mean aliens. In fact, judging by, like, the probability, it's not aliens at all. Like, we can't identify what it is. That's why it's called a UFO. It was flying, it was unidentified. UFO.
For a long time, claiming to have any ET encounters carried stigma and ridicule. And former US presidents haven't divulged information when asked about UFOs.
I can't reveal anything.
Oh, really?
I like how they showed that, like, Obama clip where he makes a joke. Yeah, this proves everything.
We set out to meet people who passionately believe there's an alleged government cover-up and find out why.
Isn't the only theory based around this is that, like, they keep it secret so we don't panic? What other reasons could humans possibly have for keeping aliens secret? The government just likes messing with people. They do a bit of trolling. Yeah, the government does a bit of trolling.
We've come to Sedona, Arizona, which is apparently just a real hotspot for UFO activity. And we're here to see Sheila Neese. Now, Sheila runs a UFO tour, which she claims exposes people to the real truth behind UFOs and aliens, as opposed to what the government tells us.
Whoa. I guess she has no reason to lie then. This woman has no reason to lie if she runs a UFO motherfucking, like, tour, right? There's no reason a woman like this would lie to us.
She started giving tours on how to spot them in 2019. Neese invited me out to the desert for a personal tour with her daughter and friend.
What, UFO girl managed to pull off a daughter? Whoa. That's the biggest anomaly in this film so far.
Tell me about this experience that we're about to have.
Well, tonight I expect that we'll see a lot of ships. I will tell you that every single night is different, so you really don't know exactly what to expect.
I did something similar with this with ghosts way back in the day when I was a kid. They like basically just told you a bunch of ghost stories, and then we like went outside to like spot ghosts. And when you've been told all those stories, everything looks like a ghost, and therefore it is proven.
If you ask the scientific community, like astronomers, there's pretty much all of them will say, like, sure, there's probably life out there. Yet, there's a certain point in which that belief turns into a quote-unquote conspiracy theory, and the people who believe it get dismissed.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I'm an astronomer. Bitch, I'm a motherfucking astronomer, bitch. You know what I mean? Let's continue.
How do you guys feel about that?
It's pretty funny. I think more ridicule is needed for these people.
Our space brothers really want to help us, and if we had contact with them, we would be able to get free energy, which would obviously be a little damper in the pocketbooks of, all of the energy companies.
Yeah, people bring this up all the time in like fucking conspiracy theories, right? It's like, yo, it's about money. They're not telling us about aliens because they're going to give us free energy. That's right, it's about money. It all comes down to money. This guy does not look convinced. He looks almost disgusted.
Right here, you see this?
Laser.
Look at my laser. You see where I'm pointing?
Yeah.
See with the naked eye even, yep.
Oh, there's something flying up there. Are you sure it's not a satellite?
No, satellites don't have lights on them. So they're much darker.
I've seen satellites when they fly across the sky. They have sun reflecting off them. Therefore, they look like stars, they look like lights, and they move around. Aliens. It's aliens. I should be less cynical.
During the 2 hours we spent there, I found out Nees embraced other conspiracies, including ones about chemtrails and 9/11.
I do research.
I do research. Did you know you can find confirmation for literally anything? You can look up, are vaccines bad for you? And they'll say yes and no. So basically everyone's point is proven. Because there's people with different beliefs.
In other words, I don't believe things.
But also actual researchers do research.
Right.
So why don't we believe their research? Why is your research better than...
Because I'm doing it on my own.
Because I'm doing it on my own. I am a hero of this generation. Did you not notice?
Because I have seen through the years how the government reacts to things, I feel that I have a different vantage point.
I bet I could prove that like sprouts are bad for you. Hold on. Are sprouts bad for you? Bottom line, in general, the health benefits associated with savory or raw or lightly cooked sprouts outweighs risks for healthy individuals. However, be aware that there is a risk of food poisoning if you plan to eat them. If you're at high risk individual, avoidance is recommended. There you go. I have conclusively proven that sprouts are bad for you.
The US government hasn't always been transparent about UFO investigations. In 1969,
1969!
the Air Force announced that it would stop looking into UFOs after it concluded 20 years of research had yielded little. But in 2017, the New York Times revealed a secret Pentagon program studying UFOs had been running since 2007.
Yes, unidentified flying objects. That is what they are studying. Not flying saucers, unidentified flying objects. What are these unidentified flying objects? These objects that are unidentifiable and fly around. What are they? This does not mean that they have been researching aliens.
So, we made our way to Scottsdale to meet Stephen Greer, a popular UFOologist who's been called the father of the disclosure movement.
So we're going to head out. We're ready?
This is Greer's largest conference to date, drawing several hundreds of people who likely first got hooked by his documentaries.
Yo, several hundred people? That's almost 400 people.
They're here to learn CE5, a meditation protocol he developed to make contact with ETs.
Then I guess he has no reason to lie about aliens. These people... they're so reliable. I'm so glad they exist.
The CIA, they call this WSFM. It sounds like a radio station. It means weird science and frickin' magic.
Throughout the weekend, he laid out an intricate blueprint of cosmology and cover-ups, sometimes referencing government insiders as sources.
And as I said, he would have no reason to lie about such things. It's not like it's his business. He has no reason to lie about such things.
When I have meetings in Washington, even at very senior governmental levels, those guys are not read into that. Never mind, they're supposed to be managing the black budget of the United States.
He claims a shadow government is suppressing information and revolutionary ET technology. He also says that this rogue operation, for reasons I'm still a little unclear about, is manufacturing alien robots.
And he would have no reason to lie about this, man. It's so amazing that these heroes, these figureheads exist in this day and age to shine the light on the shadow government. Finally the shadow government is exposed from the shadows. I bet they're quaking and they're shitting and quaking in their boots right now.
One time we were out at Joshua Tree, and one of these bizarre creatures that kind of, you could have thought it was an alien, but it was 3D. And it was set loose on one of our team members' houses, and it was at the windows and on the roof. And we had someone in the house. They had a gun. They came running out, and the thing scurried off into the desert. And they described it. I said, oh, yeah, I know how they're making those, like at Montauk out on Long Island ages ago.
And as I said, this guy has no reason to lie about this stuff, man. You can't make this shit up, bro. It's real as fuck, bro.
Frankly, it was a lot to take in and fact check. So I sat down with Dr. Greer after his session.
So explain the world to me. What is going on?
Now even the Pentagon and members of Congress are admitting that UFOs are real, they're physical, we've tracked them, had encounters with them.
Yes, UFOs are real, but they're not aliens! Fucking hell, man. Stop bringing up this argument, dumbasses. Fucking idiots. They're real! They're real!
I think what's been lacking is enough good research to sort of flesh out what is really going on. So what happens is that because of the sort of the I hate to say this, the freak show of the whole UFO subject and the kook factor, it doesn't get drilled down on either by people in government or in universities and scientists very much.
And I will continue to call this gentleman a kook.
Your claims go further than just that you've seen things. Your claims involve a vast government cover-up.
But let's get really clear. The government of the United States, excepting rare personnel, know nothing about. They don't know anything about this subject. So there's not like there's some vast conspiracy hiding this.
It's not a vast conspiracy theory like my business.
When people say stuff like the pandemic was planned or the World Trade Center was an inside job, the answer becomes like, but the size of the architecture that would have to be in place and to be maintained to keep that thing hushed up is just unrealistic.
Yes, and that is what they want everyone to believe.
We all believe it because it's correct.
I wasn't convinced and wanted to see whether other folks at the conference were sold.
So his talking to other people from the convention set up by the guy with those specific worldviews. And he believes he'll get like, he believes, this gentleman, he believes he's going to get a different perspective from people who support this guy's worldviews.
I feel like there's so much that goes on that we don't know about. We've known that there's been things our government has done in the past that has come out that was withheld from us. So I would think there's still things in our government that is being withheld from us. I can't imagine they're just an open book.
This guy just does not look thrilled all the time. It's like, he's trying to look polite and like serious, like, yeah, I believe what you're saying. I believe you.
I've always been fascinated with the idea of life outside of here. I 100% believe that the idea of spirituality and technology need to get together and move forward, because I'm tired of not living in Back to the Future.
This woman is the greatest, the greatest source of information you could ever find.
We moved to the desert for the culmination of Dr. Greer's weekend conference. There's about 500 people here, 950 joining online, and all of us are going to try to have a guided meditation to communicate with extraterrestrials.
And he looks so excited about it. Like, yeah, I'm so glad this has to happen to me.
Welcome everyone, and welcome to everyone online. We're going to have 4 hours out here under the sky. The way that ETs communicate similarly are in very clear impressions that are visual thought and feeling and the information all at once. It's not a verbal linear like I'm communicating now.
You know, I'm starting to feel what he's feeling. You ready?
And if you would stand for the puja, I'd very much appreciate it. This meditation is dedicated to everyone who are brave enough to become ambassadors
I'm brave
in
enough.
the universe together.
I'm brave
With
enough.
us here tonight. Avahanam samarpamishri guru charan kamalebhyo. Vastram samarpamishri guru charan kamalebhyo nama. So let us sit together in silence and meditate for a time and dive into the vastness of this pure and infinite cosmic mind.
We sat in the dark, completely still for what felt like hours, meditating, searching for a sign.
We will stay in this state of consciousness and this purpose because we are ambassadors to the cosmos.
Although I didn't see
Oh,
or
I
sense
feel the
anything
ambassadors.
otherworldly, it became clear to me that for some, looking for the truth about life beyond Earth goes deeper than alleged cover-ups. It's really a spiritual pursuit.
And so we realize that the vastness of the cosmos and the people of the earth have always been one family.
Take me, ambassadors, take me now! And thus ends my journey into discovering the truth about UFOs. Dude, I think I'm a believer now. In conclusion, it's all bullshit. Let's move on.
You're looking for that white knight to shower you in bright lights. Provide you happy end, but that's not me. Moonlight under dark skies, still find comfort at night. I could fall for you and leave before the sun.